My biggest concern about late night has been a champion of liberal needs. And especially when it comes down to black folks. When the whole George Floyd situation went down, these guys were front and center.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid. When you look at, even going back to Carson, going back to Jack Parr, they were putting black people on television, giving them opportunities when they weren't supposed to. Do y'all agree or disagree? Late night's always kind of been that point, that liberal center for a lot of these networks. Talib, you're about to say something. Go ahead.
Well, I can only speak from the 70s, when I was actually starting to watch late night.
Yeah, because I don't watch it much anymore. Go ahead. I do.
But I mean, honestly, Johnny Carson was a big proponent of having, Richard Pryor on and, Lois Falana and, the list goes on. So the thing to me that really just strikes the nerve is that Donald Trump is declaring war on comedians.
You think it's just comedians or just liberal lifestyle? Go ahead.
We're talking everybody, but for him to specifically mention Colbert and Fallon is next.
He said Kimmel is next. He feels Kimmel is next.
Whoever. Just
because he didn't like Kimmel either. He didn't like Kimmel.
But what I'm saying is that right now, the people who critique you the most are the comedians. The comedians are the ones who take the actions and present it in a manner to be humorous, but it's calling out the actual action. So if you're now we've already known you've tried to silence colleges, you tried to silence all your critics, and now you're blatantly going after comedians?
Yeah.
No, man, no. Every comedian in the world should start telling Trump jokes right now. Thankfully, George Carlin is how I got politically motivated in the first place.
Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory, especially Dick Gregory. I started getting a little bit older, but like I said, I really did not know about Dick Gregory's political side until later in life. The first person I heard talking about this kind of stuff that made me look at it from that kind of standpoint was Carlin. And then I see that coming, in other people as well. Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney. My base started to grow as I started to listen to these people, and that's what inspired me.